and we would have add order. That would be exact same thing. So for each order, we would have a customer ID, and we have product ID, and we have a quantity, right? So here we are going to add to the collection. It would be very, very straightforward. It's a new order with the customer ID, with the product ID, and with the quantity. Okay. Similarly, we do the same thing for the product. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a copy. Okay. I'm going to do a paste. And I like to change this 3D node order manager. This would be a product manager, because we need to hold a collection of products here. And let's look at the product manager. The good thing is all we have to do is we just figure out this is the product. For each of the place of order, we change the product. And that would be product. And for each of the product, it will have the product ID and a product name and product price. And this will be the product. Very good. So we have these three managers, and as we move on, we are going to add new function to these managers. Okay. But essentially, up to this point, we should be able to do all the reading, and we add these to the managers. Okay. And after that point, we are going to start processing, and we will add new functions. This is the approach that we are going to follow. This is the top-down approach. Okay, I'm saying, what do we need to do? And we will gradually add the new functions as we move along. Okay, for small problem like this, we would be very, very easy to approach this. We can have something in mind, and then we will focus on the implementation as we move along to have the problem solved. Okay. So now we are ready to do the input for these for the information stored in the customers, products, and orders. So let's create 3 test files. So let's create the customer file. That's just a txt file. So let's do customers. And this is the customers.txt, that we can use for testing purpose. And save it. Create another one. They're called products.txt. and go back to the PDF file. Save it, and let's create the last one. Create another file. Let's call it orders.txt, and we will get the orders information. Okay, now let's get back to the main file. What we need to do is we need to read the information in. So now what we need to do is we create the customer manager. Okay, let's see. It's equal to new customer manager. Okay, and what we are going to do is we create a new customer based on the information from the input. What we can do is we can see while cust input dot has next. We continue to have next. What we are going to do is we are going to read the information in. We are going to read in the first integer, then second one is a string, the third one is a string. Okay. So what we are going to do is we say customer, new customer. Okay. And if you just look at the customer here, we get three fields. And so what we are going to do, we are going to have ust input dot next. We get, that's the ID. Then we get another next that is for the name, and the last one is whether or not it is eligible. Okay. So next dot equals, if it is yes. Okay. What we are going to do, we are going to see true, otherwise we are going to see false. Okay. Now we created a customer, and then what we can do is we can add it to the customer's manager. It's very, very straightforward. Let's see the customer manager. Okay. Okay, add customer. Okay. And in fact, we have already taken care of so it's pretty simple. Let's just simply do cm dot add. Okay. That's just the three input. We take care of the other stuff. We say add dot customer. All this out. Now similarly, what we can do is we can create a product manager, and we add the products in. Okay, we add the products, and very, very similarly. I'm just going to do a copy here. We have product manager, and we create a product manager. And later I'm going to show you how could we use these managers. And we see the product manager, and we are going to add product. And that would be a product input. Product input. So whenever you do copy and pasting, it's very, very important. You need to make sure that you don't mess up yourself. Otherwise, just don't do it. We add a product, and when you look at the last one, it should be next double. Okay, that's all we have to do. That will make sure that the input type is correct. And the last thing that we are going to do is we are going to do for the orders. After this, all the input is in. After the input is done, what we are going to do is we need to okay, I forgot this. So as I said, it's very, very important to make sure that you don't mess up the program when you do copy paste. It's very, very easy for you to make a mistake here. The last one, let's do an order manager. The last one is a quantity, which is an integer. So what we are going to do is we, instead of using next double, we do a next int. And that will fix up everything. And so essentially we are done with the file input part. And let's take a look at the question again. So now what we need to do is we need to relate the information from these three files. How could we do that? The next thing that we want to do is to get the order details based on the instruction. So here, if you read the requirement here, is the program is to read the information from the three files, and we have already done that. The detailed order information should consist of the customer name, the product name, the price, quantity, order amount, and discount amount. The list of the detailed order information should be consistent in the same order with the list in orders.txt, and the information should be displayed on the screen and should be written to a file. If you look at this, this is essentially trying to relate the information in the orders with the customers and the products. If you look at the sample output. Okay. So based on the customer's ID, we try to get the customer's name. Based on the product ID, we try to get the product's name. And we are going to get the product's price. Okay. And the quantity will be copied here. And we try to get the discount based on the customer's information. So what we are going to do is we try to get